What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the obviously awesome Dr. Disaster. And I think that a lot of these game studios are in a similar place to the rest of us when it comes to figuring out which direction the industry will go.
Well, we're waiting.
There is a battle going on for the soul of gaming between studios who infest games with progressive, shit-lib politics, games like Concord, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and between gamers who are absolutely sick of that stuff. There has been a marked difference in reception between the aforementioned games, which have flopped spectacularly, and games like Space Marine 2, Black Myth Wukong, Stalker 2, games like that, which are just normal games uninfested with progressivism. Those have been selling fine. The message from gamers has been clear.
He doesn't like you.
I'm sorry.
I don't like you either.
There have been a ton of games that will definitely be in the eye of the storm when it comes to this culture war, which have had their releases pushed back. Games like Fable and Ghost of Yotei were originally due to be out somewhere around this time, but the thinking is that these studios are waiting things out to see what happens next. They want to see if gamers will relent and start buying up woke games, which appears to be what is going on with Naughty Dog, if the rumors coming out are true. Supposedly, a Last of Us Part 3 is sitting in advanced production, but it would seem that they are too frightened to push it forward.
You shut up! I'm so f***ing scared right now, you shut up!
You probably remember that just the other day, an interview came out with Neil Druckmann where he flat out said that gamers should not expect to see a Last of Us Part 3, which caused a bunch of us to bust out a little jig because it sounded like the game was cancelled. After the disrespect shown to the IP in Part 2, we were thrilled that we weren't going to see a Part 3. But now we are hearing a rumor from a noted scooper/leaker that actually The Last of Us 3 exists, and it's moving along. If this ends up being true, then what it looks like is that Naughty Dog is waiting to see what happens in the market next. I suspect they will make their decision on whether to move forward with this project based on how intergalactic the Heretic Prophet does. And if the reception to the trailer for that turd is anything to go by, then they're probably sweating bullets. Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video to fight the algorithm, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. Anyways, let's discuss this rumor that The Last of Us 3 might actually exist after all, and might be much further along than we would have guessed. As I said, it seems as though a good chunk of these games, which will be obvious fodder for the culture war, those games are being held up by their studios in order to ride out the wave of negative sentiment by gamers who are tired of their shit. I think that Dragon Age the Veilguard was just about the biggest eye-opener for these studios. That is one of the largest IPs in the world. Dragon Age is absolutely massive, and yet nobody is buying the Veilguard. And the news has come out, actually, that people aren't even downloading it for free on PS Plus because of all the weird, gender ideological crap that was pushed front and center into the game. I think the reception to that game has caused a lot of these studios to slow down and rethink their strategies. Even Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet is probably being slowed down by Naughty Dog. I think the view of a lot of these studios is that if they wait us out, then they will suck the oxygen out of our movement, and then eventually gamers will become so desperate for new games that many of us will return to our cultural auto intake mode, and we will just see a game put out by Naughty Dog and just pick it up on that basis alone. But let's read about this rumor, and then we'll talk some more about what I think Naughty Dog is up to. This article comes to us from Game Ranks. It says, Daniel Richtman claims that The Last of Us 3, contrary to earlier statements, is actually in production. We'll quote Dom the Bomb's tweet sharing this rumor. Naughty Dog is reportedly already in advanced production on The Last of Us Part 3 and has cast actors / filmed some scenes. Obviously, this directly contradicts the word of no less than Naughty Dog studio head Neil Druckmann. A week ago, Druckmann told fans this: "Don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. This could be it." While Druckmann did not flat out deny that there was a Last of Us 3 in production, he hinted quite heavily that at least the studio was not interested in it. Naughty Dog has already unveiled their next new original IP called Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet, so it's reasonable to expect that they will be busy promoting that game and finishing up development with an eye towards releasing it. It's not easy to parse what is going on here. It could simply be that Richtman is completely misinformed, but we do have to wonder if there's something with how Druckmann phrased his statement so that both claims may consistently describe the current situation. We will posit our own hypothesis. Remember that Naughty Dog recently canceled The Last of Us Online after years of development. It's possible that there is a Last of Us 3 video game in production now, but Naughty Dog is currently on the fence about canceling it as well. It's not the best scenario that fans would want to hear, of course, but it's a reasonable explanation for how both statements can be true. And yes, I actually agree with this hypothesis. I am willing to bet that The Last of Us 3 has had some work done on it, and Naughty Dog is in the process of deciding whether or not to continue on with it or to throw it in the trash. My guess is that this will hinge on whether or not Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet ends up being a success. The Last of Us Part 2 sold a lot of copies to people who loved the original but who were extremely frustrated and disappointed with how the sequel turned out, with how it pushed feminist drivel into the story with Abby. So, on paper, the sales numbers for that game looked good, but I'm willing to bet that stunted interest in the series has caught Naughty Dog's attention. This leaves them in a position where Intergalactic ends up being the canary in the coal mine, so to speak. The game is blatantly in the same camp as The Last of Us 2. The character design in Intergalactic features an intentionally hideous-looking woman that has most gamers recoiling and saying, "Hell no, peace out." My guess is that the plan for The Last of Us 3, if this rumor is even true, is that they will hold off on pushing forward with that game until they see how Intergalactic turns out. If that thing sells well, then it's safe to proceed with The Last of Us 3. If not, then they will shelve it and we will never see or hear from it. I also suspect that Intergalactic will get pushed back as far as they can in order to blunt the effect of current gamer sentiment. Once again, my guess is that they hope that we lose interest in pushing back against them, but that may very well backfire because if we aren't talking about them, then apathy tends to set in, and nothing kills a franchise faster than apathy. But I'm going to leave it there. What do you make of this rumor about The Last of Us 3? Do you think it is actually sitting around and waiting for the okay? Do you think it is moving forward already? Or is it still canceled? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.